tí ò bọ́ọ̀bù ní wọlé tọ̀ wá orúkún roni ẹ̀yìn roni ẹ̀yìn ń dunni kéríkéríkì ara ń dunni ẹ wò ó jẹ̀díjẹ̀dí ló fà ó inú kọ́ni jábẹ̀ ní kẹ́rà àgbẹ̀dá àlọ́kẹ́rẹ́ àti mọ̀tò gbọ́dọ̀ kọ́ àwọn bàbá wa ṣe ni nàtú lélẹ̀ yìí ó ẹ rà á kẹ́ ẹ lò ó kẹ́ ẹ padà fi àdúrà ránṣẹ́ sí iléeṣẹ́ tẹ́mi ọ̀pẹ́ ọ̀la nǹkan oṣù tó wá ṣe ségesège ó ń yọ̀ ní tàbí ó dúdú ó ń lami ní tàbí tọ̀dọ̀ tí jábẹ̀ abábísọ̀ ní kó rà ó dágbére fún nǹkan oṣù tó dúdú nìyẹn àwọn àdàkọ́ ọmọ gómìnà máa ṣe nǹkan oṣù tó gbogbo àdúgbò máa tẹ̀lé rẹ̀ káàkiri nǹkan tí ò bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àwọn ọlọ́gbẹ́ rí yẹn wọn kì í fẹ́ ká tó àṣírí àwọn o.
Good morning and welcome to this program this morning. Happy New Week. Yeah, welcome to the program. This is Bystanders at an Instance. I'm Christian Chuko. I'll say a big welcome this morning. Today is the 29th of August 2022. We are getting close to the end of the month of August and we are going to see a new month, September. We are right in August. You can see we have bystanders here this morning. They are deliberating on topical issues as it concerns them on the newspaper dailies this morning. Once again, you're welcome to the program. I am Christian Chuko. Let's go straight to our newspaper headline. Before I continue, click on the like button so that we can have more reach. I have with me the Nigerian Tribune. I also have the New Telegraph, the Nigerian Tribune, and the New Telegraph this morning. Okay, let's start with the New Telegraph. IMF extends capacity development support to Fiscal Responsibility Commission. That is above the masthead. IMF extends capacities development support to Fiscal Responsibility Commission. No official resignation letter from Shekara, that is from NNPP. The touted rumor that he has left the NNPP, that is Shekara, former governor of Kano State, for the PDP. He has left the NNPP for the PDP, but this is from the NNPP group that there is no official resignation letter from Shekara. $23 million Abacha loot. Group wants the federal government to make copy of pacts with U.S. public. The group wants federal government to make the copy of the agreement with the U.S. government public. Threatens legal action. Yes, the main headline on the New Telegraph this morning. It is wrong for politicians to discuss Nigeria's problems abroad. That is from Northern Elders. It is wrong for politicians to discuss Nigeria's problems abroad. This is credited to Northern Elders. The berate article, Tinubu Obi, root for president that will be fair to all Nigerians. Berate article, Tinubu Obi, root for president that will be fair to all Nigerians. Okay. House of Rep members to foreign carriers jettison planned sale of tickets in dollars. Jettison planned sale of tickets in dollars. Emirates rescind decision to leave Nigeria September 1. Cut frequencies to 4 from 14. Cut frequencies to 4 from 14. IPOB wants kidnappers to leave the southeast. Imo, women protest livestock rearing in community schools. Women protest livestock rearing in community schools. Nigeria backs Saudi Arabia's call for stable oil market. Nigeria backs Saudi Arabia's call for stable market. On 2023 poll, it is the contest between the masses and the elites. That is from Kwankwaso. The contest between masses and the elites. That is from Kwankwaso. I have a national agenda, no special candidate, says Obasanjo. I have a national agenda, no special candidate, says Obasanjo. Visit Babangida and Abdul Salami. Let's look at the Nigerian Tribune this morning. Yes, above the masthead and at the top of the paper, I have no special candidates, Obasanjo. Now, how CBN saved commercial banks power sector from collapse? How CBN saved commercial banks power sector from collapse? Read that on page 6 of the Nigerian Tribune. Imo Guba election, Ihediola suffered daylight robbery, Dogala declares. Imo Guba election, Ihediola suffered daylight robbery, Dogala declares. We are still looking for Deborah's killers. Police, Sokoto police, we are still looking for Deborah's killers. Asuu holds crucial NEC meeting today. Asuu holds crucial NEC meeting today. NDLEA arrests Lagos airport cleaner who leads drug syndicate. NDLEA arrests Lagos airport cleaner who leads drug syndicate. PDP governors may prevail on Ayu to resign. PDP governors may prevail on Ayu to resign. It is too late to remove him. Melaye, it is too late to remove him. Melaye says that governors not Atiku responsible for PDP crisis. Governors not Atiku responsible for PDP crisis. I believe Melaye is the spokesman for Atiku's campaign. Yeah. Yes. Mayhem in Lagos, my 12 over killing of transport union leader. Mayhem in Lagos, my 12 over killing of transport union leader. Lagos lost 22,500 children to air pollution in 2021. Lagos lost 22,500 children to air pollution in 2021. That is from the government. Housing experts push for use of sawdust, bamboo in place of cement, sand. Housing experts push for use of sawdust, bamboo in place of cement and sand. We do not want president that will favor the North, Baba Ahmed. We do not want president that will favor the North. Article lands in Kano. Shekara orders join PDP today. Article lands in Kano. Shekara orders join PDP today. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's a speculation. Speculation that we join PDP today. It's speculation. It's speculation, not speculation. Okay. You guess whether it's not confirmed yet. If you look at this place, you see no official resignation letter from Shekara. So, what do you think if he joins NFP? Who? Shekara.
And he joined the
NMP, PDP.
PDP.
Yeah.
This is a battle of political men in 2023. But what Nigeria needs now, who the mess, who political APC put us in this camp now.
You say APC put you in what?
We put us this mess.
APC
We
put
need
you
somebody
in this mess.
Yes, they are the one put us this economy. No. Security. No. Innovation of economies is all worse. Economies is worse. Security is worse. They put us on this mess. We need Nigeria needs somebody who raise up in this mess. This is what the President Obasanjo was saying. They are putting us on the mess. You can listen to President Obasanjo and General Ibrahim Babangida, who need somebody that can motivate this Nigeria. It's not all about APC, PDP, and we need the iron hand to do this mess.
So who do you think is who do you see that can fit into that personality?
The personality.
Yeah.
Number one is Obi. Second is Atiku. The best candidate is Obi. In a rally, when he became a governor of Vars state, when he became a governor, I've not seen him in my place before. I am from Middlewest. I've not seen him before. What he's doing in the Anambra state, that is so go and ask ordinary person in the Anambra state, and it will confirm. And it's confirmed, it's true.
Have you heard PDP will win the 2023 election? Have you heard it?
What did you say?
PDP will win the 2023 election. You heard it from somebody at the back.
It's not the one. Majority carry the vote. It's not only him the vote. That is why I'm telling you that Nigeria needs somebody who can bring the mess out. It's not all about PDP. It's not all about who will bring us in this mess out.
Okay, let's look at one other thing. There's a London meeting on Friday. It will be in London, article in London. We have Asuu also. Some people are saying that it is wrong for politicians to discuss Nigeria's problems abroad. What do you think?
Yes, it's wrong to discuss Nigeria politics at London. It's wrong. It's wrong. We are the voters here. It's not London that vote Nigeria. It is here we are voting. It's wrong to go in London and go and vote. The last week is APC. This week again, APC and APC. This
so
political
Party,
gamble.
Presidential candidate was there. Labour Party, that is P2B. We had article also in the London meeting.
Is it together, all of them? Everybody having one meeting there also. We need, that is why I'm already answering your question also. We need somebody can this mess now. We are in mess.
Give me an example of the mess. Give me an example of the mess that we are in.
Number one, in economies. Ordinary man cannot be able to eat again. Second, security. Insecurity. You can look at now, the Asuu cannot go back to school again. Nigeria is on fire.
Okay. Lastly, let's look at what do you think? What will you advise a youth in Nigeria come 23 elections?
Let me tell you, is any youth and throwing vote as a youth? That person is have a mental brain. Look at what happened in Lagos Toke. Look at what happened in NSAS. Those you can listen to social media. Those that the one became president, you employ as in army so that they can use you kill you more. You employ in army, so the police, so that they can use it kill you more in the youth. You think very well as a youth before you vote.
Okay, thank you very much, my brother, for your analysis this morning. God bless you. Yeah, good morning, Mr. John Noche. Okay, Mr. Noche, good morning. Harry, good morning, yes. Agwebo, Ima Fidon, good morning. Yes, welcome to the program. Welcome to the program this morning. I have Eze Matthew. Eze Matthew, good morning.
We are always struggling to look for title to give people.
You told me I'm Eze now, so
I don't
I know
know.
you're a child of God.
I don't know the point you are trying to make, but I understand that by the grace of God, I'm a servant of the living God.
Okay. Yes, Oluwasegun Oladimeji, good morning. Yes, it is wrong for politicians to discuss Nigeria problems abroad. What's your take?
It depends on the perspective from which you are viewing it.
Nigeria's problems.
I say it depends on the perspective from which you are viewing it. You see, in an era of politics of this nature, there is always alignment, realignment, politicking, trying to get advantage, and every vote counts. Every stakeholder matters. So if a particular stakeholder decides to jet out of the country and hibernate in London for some period of time, and other persons feel they have the resources to go there to woo them. Yes. So you don't start questioning people on how they politic, as long as they have not offended any relevant section of the constitution.
But some of them are you see, the presidential candidates of both the Labour Party, PDP, even governors who left their respective states for that meeting.
Okay, now, you had Governor Wike of Rivers State, Sheyi Makinde of Oyo State, Ogezepazu of Enugu State, and Autumn of Benue State. We are talking about 4 governors who went to London. Okay, I look at it. Any political party that they decide to support the electoral value of that. So it's not surprising seeing seeing Ambassador leading or seeing going there to see whether it can reconcile with because what we are talking about that is the case. So for me, it is all about politics. It's all about taking trying to realize. It's all about trying to push yourself to get what at the end of the election. Because if you understand the politics, the objective of politics, you say it is the madness of money for the benefit of people. And at the end of the election, they will not get paid. When the winner would have been paid, the few positions that are available for sharing will not get paid. So you see political groups here, especially, they are trying to position themselves to benefit the system at the end of the day.
Let's look at Okay, sorry for that breaking transmission. Sorry for that breaking transmission. Yes. You can continue.
So, Nigerian politicians is not because the reason you see them, all the gladiators jumping up and down, trying to form alliance. It's not because of the interest of anybody. It's because of their pecuniary interest. It's because of their personal aggrandizement. What they will get, how they will better their lives and the life of their
and why would you say that anyone they support will be a plus to any party?
What I'm saying is that if you have 4 governors coming together and looking for who to form alliance with, any party they support, especially the 3 major leading political candidates now, is going to boost his electoral value. If they pay their time with PDP, APC, Labour Party, whichever party they pay their time to it will boost the electoral value of that candidate. There is no argument about that. Because whether I like it or not, the governors have a way of commanding some votes. The reason is not far-fetched, not because they may have performed, but because they have resources at their disposal. And they have staunch followers who believe in them, who are benefiting from their governance. Rightly or wrongly, there are people who are benefiting from their governance. Because as a governor, you run a government that have ministries, parastatals, that spend money every fiscal year. it trickled down to up to the ward level where you have councillors. So whether you like it or not, in a state, as a governor, you have staunch loyalists who, whether rightly or wrongly, whether you are a good leader or not, they will follow you.
Okay, during the weekend yesterday when Obasanjo visited Babangida and Absalami, he said, in their conversation, he said, I have no national agenda, I have no special candidates.
I think what he said is that he don't have a special candidate. What he have is national agenda.
So I have national agenda, not special.
I think Obasanjo's position is becoming clearer. Because at the time he visited those 4 governors in London, we are made to understand that he drawn support for P2B. And I think the reason he's doing it is because Obasanjo is a nationalist. Obasanjo wants the southeastern part of the country to have a fair share of the leadership of this country. For me, I think Obasanjo is in the right track because if you look at the 2 major leading political parties, when we talk of fairness, equity, and justice, there is no fairness in PDP when they decided to jettison the zoning arrangements. Because by our standard, if you are looking at fair play, you would have allowed a Southeasterner to emerge as the candidate of PDP. If you look at APC, don't forget that at the point, all the governors in the South had data where they said that the South was president. So if that argument is good, that South should produce president, the argument should go further to say that if South is producing president in 2023, that the South have had its fair share under Jonathan, the Southwest has had its fair share under Obasanjo, that the only region that is remaining in the South, in the southern part of the country, in the Southeast. So you look at, you see that in a way, both the PDP and APC, they are not justified by way of justification to say they pick their candidates from Southwest and Northeast respectively. I think Obasanjo have a good point.
Okay, let's look at the 2023 poll is contest between the masses and the elites. That is coming from Kwankwaso.
The masses and the elites.
Yes, between.
It's a function of who is Kwankwaso. Because for me, I think Kwankwaso is a part and parcel of even the 2 major leading political parties, the PDP and APC. Kwankwaso is a founding member of PDP. Don't forget that in 1999, Kwankwaso was the governor of Kano State. He contested the 2nd time, he lost to Shakao, who we are hearing rumor that he wants to come back to PDP now. And when he lost to Shakao, Obasanjo, as the president then, in 2003, made him the Minister of Defense. Kwankwaso finished his, Shakao finished his 2 terms. And Kwankwaso came back and won another election, I think in 2011 or so, as a governor of the state. So he did his 2-term governorship in Kano State under the PDP platform. At the formation of the merger and formation of APC in 2014-2015, Kwankwaso happens to be a founding member of APC. So almost all the period APC reigned as a government, Kwankwaso was a member of APC, only for him to have issues with APC and now defer from APC to go and join NNPP, New Nigerian People's Party. So for me, I don't think Kwankwaso have what it takes to tell Nigerians about the nature of the election between the masses and the perhaps people who have been political affairs of the country. For me, Kwankwaso is part and parcel of all the successes of PDP and all the failures of PDP. Kwankwaso is a part and parcel of all the successes of APC and all the failures of APC. And he should be seen as such and treated as such. He should be seen as somebody who is a part and parcel of all the rot in Nigerian system. If success came out of it, if they are sharing credit, I think he should benefit from it. When there is failure, whether it is a PDP, I think he should have equally benefit from it because he's part of them.
Okay, let's look at the rallies we had over the weekend. My question is, will these rallies determine who becomes the president?
Which rally specifically?
Whatever rally. Whether the PAT rally, whether the UP rally, because we had the Atiku, we had the Tinubu, we had the
don't forget that, what is it called? INEC is here to lift up ban for campaign. So what people are merely doing is trying to sensitize the people diplomatically. Because if Nigeria were to be a sane society, INEC have what it takes constitutionally to sanction people who flout the rule, who flout their own guideline. Because when INEC has said people should tarry, there's a timeline when you start campaign. I think people should respect that. Bible said that. I think of all the rallies I've seen so far on social media, I've not seen anyone that gathered the needed steam, momentum to give victory to any of the candidates. I think I can understand that the reason is not far-fetched because people are still waiting for the campaign to kick off properly, so that they can mobilize people in the number we expect to see. Because there's a number you see, there's a crowd you see. You know that yeah, this is a semblance of the crowd of somebody who will win presidential election. I'm talking of all the political parties. I've not seen any crowd anywhere that give
the 1 million man, the 2 million man match.
We are here to see any. You know when you talk of, if you want to contest for governor, councillorship, the crowd you see is up to what you are seeing on the streets of PDP's rally, APC's rally, Labour Party's rally. We are here to see any crowd that will give us that understanding that yes, this person is coasting home to victory. But I think, like I said earlier on, that perhaps it's because they are waiting for INEC to lift up the ban for campaign so that they mobilize people for rallies.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Matthew, for your analysis this morning. Easy, Matthew. Thank you very much. Okay, before I call on Edonobi Lagos, Asuu has extended its strike again. Edonobi Lagos, your picking goes stay for house till further notice. Academic Staff Union of Universities has extended its ongoing strike. The union made this decision at its National Executive Council meeting held at the University of Abuja on Monday morning. Asuu strike began in February and has been renewed since then. The lecturers are demanding improved investment in public universities, better welfare, and others. I will call you back, Mr. Matthew. I don't know, Lagos. Good morning.
Yeah, I better bring the mic up. I saw something on your hand. Are you a chief now?
Let's focus.
Are you? No. Let me. It's a good thing. Are you a chief?
Let's focus.
I saw you watch.
On Monday morning is for focusing.
No, because let's know so that at least a chief Eze of his Dingbo. Why are you covering it? It's not. You know, most of these chief in Lagos they wear a cap. At the end when they go about to reach home, they will remove the cap and put this side and this.
Okay. You heard what I said.
Anyway, good morning. My name is Lucky Ayaguna. We are age of politics. Everywhere is hot. Oh, bono kutu. As everything.
Also extends its strike again.
Oh, extend again. Anyway, let the people kuku just forget it because one, I know kuku get money for school fees now, or money for transport, or money to pay house rent again. That is what the youth supposed to take advantage of it and put heavy protest, not falling on these politicians. Say 2 million march. Tomorrow APC will say 2 million march. Obi will say 5 million march. PDP will say 2 million march. This million march, why can't you transform it to this Asuu paid government who are deceiving us? Why can't this youth come out and 10 million march and demonstrate? Enough is enough. Enough is enough of Ikizi Fuel. Enough is enough of our children staying at home. We cannot protest. Our youth are disappointed. It's a shame. Asuu again coming down, they have extended again.
More than 6 months.
I expect the youth now to let's unite together and march in the street the way they are marching for these politicians. My friend, it's a shame. Obi go win. Atiku go win. Tinubu go win.
When you say Atiku will win,
What I'm saying is that I said I'm a member of PDP before, but as far as Atiku is coming out now, well, I'm not going to vote for Atiku. I am not going to vote for Tinubu. My vote, I will know who I will give my vote to when the time comes. I will tell you lie. But me now, what I expect now, what concerns me is how my children will go to school. I expect this youth now to come out as they give that order yesterday that they are going to extend. Let these millions of youth who are marching for this politician come out and march so that this politician will know that the youth are serious. Not waiting for Obi 2 million, Atiko 2 million, Tinubu 2 million, who cannot lead this country. I won't tell you lie. I don't see any of them that can lead this country. Let's go back to our region system. Let's go back to that constitution and check something that will better each region so that we can pay 10% to federal government instead of coming back again 8 years, 4 years and start deceiving us. I expect the youth now, with the kind of news we hear that Asuu have increased another 6 months again. For my children to stay at home doing nothing is a big problem.
Okay, Kwankwaso, have you heard the news about Kwankwaso?
Yesterday, they said Shakarao deferred to PDP yesterday. Atiko received. Then Kwankwaso, what I heard.
Shakarao had a problem with
yes.
Kwankwaso.
Kwankwaso said he's looking to auction either APC or PDP. But my own, whether Kwankwaso, all these are old people who have been there before. They are just deceiving us. I look at the yesterday, Atiko people, most of them are youth. I get to be youth. So youth that's want to ask Atiko question. He has been there before. What has he produced to Nigeria? Nothing. Obasanjo is busy going around, visiting Abdulsalam, visiting Babangida. For what for? Again. That is how he went around visiting again, deceive us and say Buhari is the Messiah. Today, Buhari has failed him. Now he's still going about having to stay. Look at Ebekuta Road. Look at the Ibadan Express Road. They have been shouting, no road. Look at, check your vehicle, check your paper. You see how vehicle are suffering for 5 hours, 6 hours in the Ibadan Expressway. And Buhari almost finished 8 years. So for them, I don't support Kwankwaso. I don't support this. They are still taking us. Let me tell you. They are just shouting that INEC have increased system of your system. It's a lie. The way we monitor our election in South is different from North. You know, they will still do mago and still declare article. Write it down. Except now, the youth get up and say enough is enough. If not so, you still see Jamboree result 2023. I will tell you that.
Okay, let's look at it is wrong for politicians to discuss Nigeria's problems abroad. This is credited to the Northern elders. We saw.
And the youth are watching. The youth are watching. Every small thing, Wike, Tinubu, Atiko, Kwankwaso, Obi too. Obi went to we travel. All of them travel. Obi should stay at home. If the youth are galvanized, the youth are mobilizing, what is he doing abroad? Why are you still following these old men who have expired, traveling to abroad to go and do what? Is in London, are they coming to vote? Even our diaspora, our people in London, they are not coming to vote. What are they going there to do? Spending our money, our taxpayer, to do in London? What is it? Every small meeting, they go to London. Here is paying you, they go to London. Tinubu was there, holding meeting. What kind of meeting are they doing? They cannot do meeting here. We have the best hotel. Houses. They have the houses, they build the billions. Me, they can't do meeting there. What? You see, they are just sampling our money, our billion to that side. I'm just saying it's wrong. Okay, okay, how come of the meeting? Obi went to Tinubu. Tinubu went to Atiko. Atiko went to Wike. Wike went to the... What are they doing in London? What are they spending our money? And when they come, they will come and be deceiving the youth. The youth will say, we organize 1 million march. Obi should stay. Oh, it's time for Obi. If you don't want to win that election, let him go around in the north to the grassroots, not traveling to London with all these old men who tomorrow when they lose the election, they will run to abroad. You should stay here. If the millions of people are working for you, what are you doing abroad? So please, I don't buy that here. They should stay here and campaign, tell us what they want to do for Nigeria. Not all this suffering again. It's Asuu be striking, they are watching. They can't, nobody can even see. There is nothing all these candidates. Let them go attempt to Buhari. Allow our children to go back to school. Or the youth, today we are 1 million march. We are going to strike. We are going to so that's okay. Nigeria need to move forward. But this happened. All of them, Obi no travel to you think we can, let me tell you, you think we can give Obi his own vote? We can just playing game. Deceiving the old man. It's wrong.
Okay, let's look at those elections. One person is saying that it is between the masses and the elites.
Yes. He's not telling like this.
Kidoki now.
Hello. Yes. The elite and the politicians. The elite. The elite and the politicians, yes, it's true, it's elite. Yes, the masses and the elite. I pray it should happen like that. I pray it should happen like that. It's like the right thing. But on that day, the politicians will be against. The best thing the election is not hold. The election is not hold. We'll now go back to drawing board and sit and do the right thing. Do the right thing. I get me. If the election did not hold, automatically that is a signal to the government that we are not happy, particularly this election. Let's go back to drawing board. Let's go to regional system and sit down and write that constitution that will favor any president that will come to rule. Without that, if you are still following the old constitution, you can see how Obasanjo is running around to these old men now.
No, he said, I have the national agenda. I don't have
which national agenda Obasanjo has?
I have the national agenda.
Asuu. Oh, Obasanjo is one of the people who deceive us. He said, Yaradua is okay. Yaradua died there. He said, good luck is okay. Do I like good luck to finish the 8 years? He said, Buhari is a messiah. Good luck is bad. Didn't listen to him. Today, Buhari fading. Now he's still going around, meeting Babangida, meeting Abdul Salam. These are all people who have failed this country. And into fail. Because in Abeokuta, Obasanjo, nothing you can boast of it. Except that library. Are you getting me? The farm. What is coming out for the farm? That he purchased all over the Abeokuta. What's coming out? Nothing. So, for Obasanjo to be going around, he's deceiving himself. Are you getting me? Tinubu will meet him tomorrow. We promise Tinubu will win. Obi will meet him tomorrow. We promise Obi. Atiku will meet it tomorrow. We promise Atiku. Only you. So people want faith nation.
Is it as an elder statesman?
Elder for what? Elder that cannot say the truth. Old man that cannot say the truth. He sell us. Now, what consult? What is the consult? Tomorrow they will decide again and say they want Atiku. or they want Obi, or they want TC. At the end, they will not give Obi what he want. I tell you, he only have one vote. And it's not agile the way he is. So, please, youth, tomorrow, next week, give an order that Asuu has to go back to the classroom. If not so, we will see Jamboree at the end of the Congo election. We'll go back to where we are.
Okay, PDP governors may prevail on Ayu to resign.
You see, they are just causing confusion for both Ayo, Wike, all this. But let me tell you, Wike is playing with fire. You are playing with fire. You don't bring APC, bring it PDP, bring it Labour together. That means the meaning of that if problems start, election might not hold. I get me. Is danger. Ayo or Wike, for me, Wike tried for the party, but Wike cannot just demand. See, yes, one demand I like, that Atiku must spend 4 years. Does he know what Atiku will win? He never know. That secondly, Ayo should be removed. If you remove Ayo still have supporter. His supporter will feel annoying. How can they manage their resources? So even the APC has a problem. They are trying to remove their chairman. So let Obi sit down, not travel all over the world, and do his own work. He did not. Because Northerners just like Yoruba. When Yoruba said they're going to vote for you at the end of 30 minutes, they will vote for their brother. Outside the same thing. So all the candidates, I don't think, I pray God should give us a better leader that will be able to take us to Eldorado. Are you getting me? Okay. Obi can be the best as a youth, but with the elite support him, that's what the problem is. I don't sabi. So Nigeria, we are having difficult time. I pray God should remove this leader like Obasanjo, Babangida, Abdulsalam, Shagari, all these wicked people, all these Tinubu, all of them, remove them and let the youth take their destiny.
Lastly, did he go to market on Saturday?
My brother, where do we go see for market? Where did they? No, nothing. See, let me tell you. Look at this shirt I'm wearing. Are you getting me? Now, if you want to sew cloth now, if wear this is a nylon. If you want to sew cloth now, you have to sew it tight because of the level of poverty in Nigeria. You can no longer even the Jebu Gari. Jebu Gari was the cheapest Gari. Jebu Gari is very expensive. Yam, you know what's happening in Yam now. Because people did not go to farm. This not only everything are very expensive. You cannot buy biscuit 10 naira again. Biscuit 10 naira. How many people drinking milk? You can't drink milk. They produce, they cannot sell. Business has collapsed, and Obasanjo is busy running about. Well, again, 2023. Are we not going to die before 2023? Where can we say? I'm angry with the youth who are shouting Obi, who are shouting this. Let this youth come up now with the way they come out yesterday in Port Harcourt. That Asuu must go back to school. That petrol must come down to this. Let's start it that way. Let's start it that way. When we start that way, our government will think. Do you know the way they are looking at our money to London, to America? London will return our money back to Nigeria, loot. They will still steal it. This money, I listen to them. Ajakuta for years with the billion trillion they have spent there has not been able to start. Refinery, youth can ask Buhari, you spend money for youth for refinery, it's not working. We are talking about 2023. So that means this 8 years Buhari spend, we are not going to ask you question. We should ask now. We should ask him now. With money for fuel. You said you are going to bring airline. Our airline has collapsed. All the airline have traveled. No plane, nothing. We are not asking questions. The youth are busy. 2 million match for Obi, 2 million match for Turubu, 2 million match for Atiku. Let this 2 million match say tomorrow Asuu must go back to school. Next tomorrow, fuel must be like this. Plane, our train, our refinery must work. That is what the youth have to take their destiny. Not election 2023. What if we die before then?
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother.
Mr. Matthew, you said you have something you want to say. about the environment.
Okay, is it the death
Yeah.
in Lagos State that
Yeah.
resulted from pollution? Okay, I think the government should come about policies that is environmental friendly. When you look at Lagos State by landmass is one of the smallest states in Nigeria with less than 100 square kilometers and with average population of about 20 million. So you see that it's densely populated. And you see, even globally, the whole world, they have been talking about how to mitigate the effect of global warming, how to mitigate depletion of ozone layer. And it baffles one when people in governance we say they are doing their best, where you can now see this report that over is it 30,000
Yeah. 22,500 children.
Lagosians
Yes.
die
Yes,
annually as a result of
children.
pollution. The report say half of that number is come from the age of 1 to 12 months. So what I'm trying to say in essence is the government have a lot to do when it comes to gas emission, because world over people are looking at alternative source of energy. That's why I used to tell people that this idea of crude is no longer feasible as such, because some places our projection is that in 2050 they would have phased away fuel that uses PMS. Their vehicles will be running on solar panel. I think Nigeria should be taken in that direction. We may not have gotten the technology to do all this, but we can partner with people, with companies that have this technology and start having policy towards that direction. Because if you continue in this trajectory, you see that who are you governing if annually you have that number of deaths attributed to air pollution? Okay. That is not to talk of other areas of mortality. So what I'm saying in essence is governance does not stop and start and end with building infrastructure, building hospital. It has to, it's holistic. And when they do summits on global warming, on air pollution, you see Nigerian political leaders, whether at the national level, at the state level, go to they attend, they make speeches. So of what benefit is all that forum they're attending to Nigeria, to Nigerians, to Lagosians, if that policy is not mitigating mitigating gas emission?
Okay. Thank you.
So for me, I think the government has failed us in the area of containing air pollution.
Thank you. Yes, who do you have online this morning? Yeah, you can contribute to the program. There's a link on the live chat. Click on that link so that you can be part of the program and give your own 2 coin to what we are discussing here this morning. Who is online?
Onoche is online.
Yeah, the great man, Mr. Onoche. Good morning, Mr. Onoche.
Good morning.
Yeah, I can see you. You have 2 minutes to contribute to the program. You have the floor.
Okay. Thank you very much for having me. One, you said about the school, about Deborah's killers and have not been found. That is what we call Ojoro in Lagos those days. It's Ojoro. That school supposed to be shut down until the students appoint their colleagues that killed their friend, right? As long as they don't appoint them, because how can students kill a fellow student and they say don't know those who did it? It's not true. They must close that school down until they appoint those who are responsible for Deborah's death. Then those guys will face the music. Then the school will be open. Then 2, here in Europe we do election, right? But we don't need to come to to the street and start making noise. They vote, no vote. They just share voting papers, house to house. Postmen, election day, you go there. If you don't know how to vote, there are people who will teach you how to vote. They explain you vote. So you don't need to make noise. So telling people to come to the street to come and no, it doesn't work like that. People have businesses they will do. Government need to distribute electoral materials. That day you go and vote and go your way. No one make noise here. No one disturb. Then for Edonobi Lagos, he said Peter Obi should not travel. No, he is wrong there because we have lots of Nigerians here, and when he come here, they may raise funds for him, they may advise him, and they may support him financially or morally. You know, I, for instance, if I tell my mom this is where you put your vote, she cannot say no because when they have problem, they call us. And as such, we influence their vote a lot. If we have 10 million Nigerians here, they can generate 20 million votes in Nigeria. So you don't need to neglect those abroad. They are powerful. They influence people's decision in Nigeria. You know. So for alternative energy, Matthew said, let the sun will shine on those standing up before those sitting down. From where will they start? You know, I will say if Nigerian youth will abandon church and the mosque, you know, for 80%, use only 20% for church and the mosque, 80% put it in the farm, in hard work, Nigeria will be the world food basket. Because they waste their time, go to church to clap hand, to watch necessary thing, instead of to do something tangible that will help them for life. You see it in what do you call it, in Burundi. That man shut down over 600 churches. He did the right thing because everybody in the church, no one is going to farm anymore. It's not good. Church will not feed you, but farm will feed you. That's my contribution for today. Thank you very much for giving me time.
Great, sir. For your analysis this morning.
I am grateful.
Thank you very much. Okay. Mr. Kule, let's just one more then. 2 minutes. Yes, who else is online this morning? Contribute to the program. Contribute to what we are discussing here this morning. Oh yeah, Mr. Kunle. What is happening? I saw you at the background. I saw you.
No, we were just arguing. We just all these guys with deformation of characters and all sort of things. You know, they keep saying what they don't have evidence on, and I could see how wayward the youth of this country are now. You know,
and let's look at the
they've lost direction.
Man match. What would that bring to the table when it comes to election?
2 million man match.
Where's that one?
Good morning, viewers. Good morning, everybody. Happy New Week. Who's organizing that?
We have the one for Tinubu that went on yesterday. We had Obi. We also had the one of Atiku.
Same time. I learned Obi was in Port Harcourt. Tinubu was in Lagos. The million match. Yeah. The followers.
So what will it bring to the table when we talk about the election come 2023?
Those million matches you are saying, those million, 2 million, 3 million matches, it's left for them to translate it into votes. It's left for them to use their PVC to translate that 1 million match, 2 million match into votes. That is to show you now that youth don't have direction. Youth are falling into the line of the cows, or will I say goats, or that the X-Men is in charge of, and when they tell them this is the direction we want, they follow it. And when they tell them this is where you want to go, right direction, they follow it. So our youth now, I think there's still a lot.
Our youth are directionless.
They are directionless. They are visionless. They no vision. No vision.
Are you a youth?
I can still call myself a youth, but at the same time, I'm not happy. I'm just 50. I can call myself a youth, and I believe the symptoms that is affecting the youth is affecting me too. So, we've lost direction. Generally, the youth have lost direction. In our age those days, with this our age, majority of these actors you are seeing, they were holding good position, tight position. Some of them were president. I think Obasanjo was head of state under 50. Gowon was head of state in the 30. Babangida was head of state. How old was it? You compare it. How many youths have climbed that leadership mantle with this constant, with the current dispensation we have. How many youths? You can't see any youths. The youth has just like follow come. You can see all the noise, article, Jobi, article, Tinubu, but nobody knows them. That's what I'm trying to tell them now. Nobody knows them. And they are bringing that deformation of character into the line. And what they cannot prove, they shouldn't say it. What they don't have evidence on, they shouldn't say it. You know, because they push these people to where they don't belong. That's just it. By the time they start picking them up, and where do you see those facts? Politicians are just meant to destabilize the politics. I mean, the politics. And they come with different lies. They come, malign themselves, and, So to me, I don't fall in line. The election is not even the way out. The election is not the way out. That's
You have been saying Yoruba Nation.
They say, yeah.
Some of your
no,
Yoruba,
I'm trending.
leaders
I'm
are
trending.
still standing for a unity of the country.
You see, the people that are still standing for unity of the country, I myself, I would say I still prefer unity of the country. But when you are praying for the unity and the unity is not standing, what next will you think of? When you've been in line with the unity for a while now, and the unity is not even working. The unity is not. Then let us sit down and see with the way forward. I thank God the generals are meeting and they are sitting down. What I expect them, I could see the former President Obasanjo and General Abdul Salam sitting. They should discuss purposeful things that will lead this country to a better, that will take us to the promised land. Not all this who is ruling, who is going to come. They know what is going on. They have the constitution, they have the heart of this country in their hand. And that is just one thing is that
I thought the President Buhari is in charge.
You say what?
I thought President Buhari is in charge.
He's in charge, but he's in charge as just a figurehead. He's not in charge actively. He's in charge as a figurehead. He's not in charge actively. Because if he's in charge actively, Nigeria will not deteriorate to sectional, to religion, things that is happening now. You could see, we've never been divided like this before. In this country, we've never been divided. And it's as if we are using our hand, our tongue, to divide ourselves the way it is now. Because when you see some words, some statements, some abusive statements that is coming out from each other, region. Now, you will know that, especially as you go on social media, you will see what is going on, that this country, I don't think we are united. In unity, they say unity we stand in, divided we fall. The way it is now, the youths have been divided. Ethnic division, religious division. I can't see why the youth cannot think deep to know what is right from what is wrong. They will just say doom it to you and you take it up and you start spreading the doom. Is it poverty? In which I believe is part of it. Poverty. There's no how, if poverty is affecting you, you will not be able to think right. That's just what I look at in this country. No education, no food, no infrastructure, nothing. So definitely your brain will not work well, except you have to reboot the brain. So the majority of our brain, we need to reboot it. You need to reboot the brain because nobody even know what is going on. Okay. Nobody even know who is going to take us to promised land. And we need someone that can take us to promised land. And these generals now, they need to sit down and look at the constitution that they impose on us, that is affecting the stability of this country.
Okay, it's wrong. It is wrong for politicians to discuss Nigeria's problems abroad. This is created to the Northern Elders. Look at the meeting that they had in London.
Yeah, to me.
You buy into that?
I'll buy into that idea. I think I don't want to be balanced. I want to be balanced. I don't succumb to be traveling abroad because it's not London, it's not Paris, it's not Germany that this problem that they are carrying over there, that they created those problems. It's not Germany, it's not in London they created those problems. It is in Nigeria now. It's a homegrown solution. That is what we should be looking at, not foreign-grown solutions. Because why are they running to London? The taxpayers' money, the little money they're supposed to even plow back here, they're taking it to London on flights, on hotels, on reservations. All the houses they built in London, they are paying taxes on it. All the houses they build in Paris, they are paying taxes on it. It's more or less double jeopardy. It's this our Commonwealth. They start it abroad. They buy, properties there. They'll still be paying properties. They'll be paying taxes on an empty house. They don't stay. Now they can wake up any day on the wrong side of their bed, fly down to London to go and hold meeting. Why wasting that? Why wasting resources? Why wasting time that you're supposed to be on ground to govern your people? Why flying around London? For God's sake, why? Is it London that is it London that all this problem is happening? We are having issues in Nigeria. You are flying to London for a meeting. Are you trying to plan a coup, or what are you trying to do?
But we have people, Nigerians in the diaspora.
Not fault. But the Nigeria in diaspora, they have no value to our electoral system now because they've never approved diaspora voting. They've never approved that.
They can influence.
They can. Well, how can they influence? Tell me. They can only influence what the message they're sending down. Who want to hear, we hear. Who don't want to listen, we not. So there's no influence in Nigeria and in diaspora. The only thing you can talk of is financial influence.
They can use that. They can use that.
But are we going to start practicing money politics? Are you still trying? Will the Nigerian diaspora be supporting money politics that brought us to where we are? So if they give you 15,000, 20,000, you sell your future because you are hungry. Is that the kind of politics we want to do? So what kind of money politics they can influence in what way? They bring their dollars in their, if they bring their dollars, they start spreading their dollars to us, and the poverty continue, the suffering continue. So what are we expecting? You see, the everything has collapsed generally. There's no electoral value. There's no educational value. There's no economic value as we're talking now in the country. So I think the intervention is let everybody sit down. We come to the table with a clean hand. Everybody come with a plain heart. That how do we move forward? What is the problem? Where we've been coming from, at least if we don't know where we're going, we look back where we're coming from. Where were we coming from that has the best moments of Nigeria? What year was that? And how did they make it? In the 60s, there was regional system of government. They were practicing. And it works. It worked. It worked. So how come now that we lost direction and we cannot retrace our step back? Because we can keep talking story. It's action we need now. How do we move from this, from this pit we have? How do we move from this pit of hell, or what did Trump call us that day? That your leaders are putting you in the pit hole and you guys are disturbing this country. We are just burdened to all nations now. Nigerians are burdened because they look at us, look at this giant of Africa that is just lame giants. Nothing is working in their country. We are a laughing stock. How come do you get to this? How do we get to this level? Don't we have shame? How do we get to this level? It's just every day one problem. Every day things getting worse. Every day stealing billions, $1 billion, man. Is that what we're meant to? And that's why somebody said any presidency, any leadership Nigeria wants to, elect now, they should go to check, do what's it called, brain check, or what's it called, psychological, test, man. So that you be able to know whether they're in good form or not.
Let's look at Lagos. Lagos lost over 22,000 children to air pollution in 2021.
Yeah, it's really rampant. That's another problem. Environmental pollution in Lagos is really rampant, and it's killing. Look at Lagos. It's only on the road, Lagos Road. You see all these what they call all those what's it called? You see a car, all this diesel car. Okay. If you see carbon monoxide, you see a lot of cars, a lot of buses with carbon monoxide that they pour into the air. We inhale the air, the bad air, and the consequence of it. Lagos needs to be cleaned up. Lagos is too polluted now. Lagos needs to be cleaned up. The guys are handling the road management of Lagos. They should do better work. They should still, not to resist or doing the needful. Do the needful. I expected them to be arresting all these cars with carbon monoxide. pumping carbon monoxide into the into the cities, but they won't do that. That's not their problem. It's not all about tax. People that are paying the tax, all this carbon monoxide can kill them because it's dangerous to the health, it's dangerous to the environment. But how only God created us the way we are, and we can't question God. All other countries, they are talking about climate change, and their agenda, the most agenda they have on their governance now is climate change. But ask any Nigerian politician about climate change, they will not be able to tell you the way forward. They will not even be able to analyze what climate change is, because it's none of their own business. Once there's no money that was going to come out from it, once there's no looting that is going to come out from it. So what are we now saying?
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Yes, do I have anybody online? Nobody online. I have Mazi Chigozie. Good morning, Mazi Chigozie.
Good morning, Christian. And good morning, SM viewers.
Okay.
What is on board?
We have it is wrong for politicians to discuss Nigeria's problem abroad. This is coming from Northern Elders.
Okay, from Northern Elders.
Yeah.
Well, that is their personal opinion, and how does that affect me? I think they just express their candidate opinion, and I think it's not binding on anyone.
No, like, what do you think from what he said? The issue, let's look at the issue. Discussing Nigeria's problems abroad.
Well, have Nigeria come to realize that they truly has a problem? That is a fundamental issue. And if you have a problem, then it means then you are prepared to solve it. But while you are still living in denial and deception, so claiming that all is well, and the disaster is almost rounding you up, and you are now groveling in such a dark, deceptive self-deception. So there's no way you can admit you have a problem. You say Nigeria has a problem. Well, for me, I think Nigeria has no problem that cannot be solved. So the problem is not just peculiar to Nigerians. I believe that South Sudan also has such problems. Sudan has the same problem, similar to Nigeria. And they were able to solve the problem. So Nigeria should live up to responsibility and should own their own problem. So you cannot continue to blame foreigners for being responsible for your problem. That is absolutely wrong. When I see people blaming UK and all that, why long will you continue to blame people responsible for your own self-inflicted problem? So when you understood that things are not working, why continue to hold on to such thing? Then you are calling for self-destruction. The same thing happens to Sudan. They understood that they had a problem. They admitted they have a problem. And of course, the problem ensued, of course, and they give rise to a new system where you now have the Northern Sudan and Southern Sudan. You see, that discovered that their only problem could be managed when they, of course, decide to part their ways. So you cannot say you have a problem, you are living in that problem, the problem is consuming you, and you are busy, running about when it is very too late for such a arrangement to be done. So the likes of you see,
that's one of the problems we have in Nigeria.
You see?
That's one of the problems we have in Nigeria. People shout.
That is not solution now, and it's unfortunate, but that does not rule out the possibility of solving the problem.
Okay.
And the problem is that Nigerian journalists and reporters has failed to tell the world what is happening. And they are, of course, covering up the depth of the rottenness within Nigeria. You can understand now that Nigeria The way Obasanjo is now touring the whole world shows that Nigeria is gone. But he wanted to manage the damaged system by way of course, working against the position, the aspiration and ambition of his own people, which, of course, are driving for Yoruba nation. So he wants to truncate that process. That's why he's moving, telling us that he's driven by national interest. What national interest? Since the past 60 years, you have not been able to solve the problem of reintegration and charting the way forward. So how long will you be? A man of 60 years should be, of course, counting his days. So, and we cannot continue to live in deception. You can agree now that that is mounting fire on the mountain. And at this moment, the Oduduwa nation, the Biafran, of course, proponents are calling for the mountain to be given to them, because they cannot continue to watch the mountain on fire. It is time to say, give us our mountain. Let's fix our own problem. Our own problem is peculiar to us. We should pecularize our problem and address it. You can't expect somebody from Kaduna or somebody from the northern extraction to fix the problem of the southern extraction. You see, which comprises this old western region and eastern region. So our problems should be narrowed down to the locals. And by way of course, disintegration, that is the only solution to this problem. You can't tell me you have a national interest that supersedes the majority of our population.
Yes, the 2023 poll, the 2023 election is a contest between the masses and the elites. What will you take out of this?
Well, I think the masses now, which informs over 240, close to 240 something million Nigerians, should not, of course, be taken for granted. And over 1 million Nigerians, of course, those forced to belong to Nigerians are calling for self-determination, which are not captured, are not part of the people captured in this electionary process. So that is their right, and such right was informed, of course, based on the realities happening. And you cannot in any way dismiss the reality of ground. So when you are talking about the masses, you should be able to differentiate who are the masses, and who are the people still calling to sustain the Nigerian system. The Yoruba, of course, proponents have signed over 5 million petitions, expressing their willingness, of course, to move away from the Nigerian, from the arrangement called Nigeria, in order to preserve the life and of course, their cultural heritage. You cannot count them as part of the Nigerians. Then who are the Nigerians? If people are calling, who are the masses? If people are calling for self, of course, determination, restoration of the Biafran states, which are numbers over 100 million, and the Yorubas is about more than 50 million or so, or close to 50 million. You see, then what are you saying about the Nigerians? Who are then the Nigerians? Do you describe an individual as a Nigerian? Then if by that you mean people's interests can no longer be protected by, of course, the greedy political elites, I will tend to agree with you.
Let's look at Lagos lost 22,500 children to air pollution in 2021.
Lagos lost what?
22,500 children to air pollution in 2021.
Oh, it is very alarming, and that shows the level of how degenerated our health system has been. We don't have a health system, health facilities on ground. And you see Nigeria and politicians, of course, touring the world for health vacations. Do you know what it means? 22,000 plus, close to 23,000, those who are captured. Not just, there are millions that are not captured within these statistics. So what are you saying? adding those who were not captured within the suburb and those who probably could not have opportunity to go to hospital for such statistics to be captured, then per se lost their life to air pollution, another pollution, water pollution, and all that. That is a clear indication of a system that has failed, and the system that does not prioritize the safety, the well-being, and the future of our supposed children. Is so pathetic. And who are these children? Is there any Nigerian politicians' children that are among these students? These are children of the vulnerable, of course, of the masses, who are, of course, have nothing or is not connected to the powers that be. So they are the ones who are bearing the brunt. Because most of those people, if there are facilities, health facilities, down to the grassroots, they would have, of course, taken advantage of that, and probably, possibly, thousands of these children would have been saved. And who should own up responsibility for such loss? The government of the day should own responsibility, of course, for the loss of these innocent children who only become victim of cruelty, victim of societal cruelty and impunity. Because they found themselves within Nigeria. You can't imagine how many millions of destinies have been destroyed, how many millions of lives. Humanity has been brought to such level of cruelty and unimaginable impunity. I told you my story that I'm just a survivor of this cruelty. During my own time, thousands of my age mates were lost to common measles. You see, they couldn't find, of course, many antibiotics to take care of that. They lost to that, but God preserved my life because of His mercies and what He has, of course, planned for me to accomplish. It's very unfortunate. It is now very clear, Christian, that it is needed talking about Nigerian system. And you can understand the aspersion that has been cast by the Nigerian president over the recent innovation that would have gained people's confidence in the electoral system. For him appointing, of course, electoral commissioners of APC extraction presupposes, of course, confirms my fears and position that you can never trust INEC for any credible election. Then if that is established at this point, you cannot agree with me that the best way is to call for the solution of this country to preserve humanity. Okay. And that informs the position of the agitators for the restoration of course, Biafran state and Oduduwa nation. May God grant their expectations.
Thank you very much, Master Chigozie. Yes, there is a report that we have this morning, and let me read it out to you. Let me read out that report to you. PDP had accused President Buhari of nominating APC members for residential electoral commissioners, nominating them and presenting them to the National Assembly. The Transition Monitoring Group, TMG, weekend challenged President Muhammadu Buhari to remove purported names of card-carrying members of the All Progressives Congress, APC, from the list of nominated resident electoral commissioners, that is RECs, sent to the National Assembly for confirmation and appointment into the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, ahead of the 2023 general election. They believe that if these guys are appointed as electoral commissioners, then there will be no free, fair, and just election. Oluwa,
good morning. How are you doing? Yeah. What's happening in the neighborhood? In our neighborhood, what's up? It's like everywhere, every day is all about election. All our elites, they are all criminals, they are discussing about their future and forgetting our whole future. Our educational sector is dead.
Why do you
and
say
they must be dead.
Why do you say they are discussing about their
own? When they are forgetting our future. Our student is number one priority in any nation because they are the future of tomorrow. Now they are not being neglected for the past 7 months. And nobody even talk about it. Even though the ex-president, all of them, the present one, the politician, all of them, they are all going to London, Paris to make their ends meet, which is very bullshit to the corridor of you and I to survive. They forget about me and you, and they are talking about their life. How will they succeed? They can never succeed. Because time has come for you and I to tell them the truth. And the truth is bitter. And now is the truth.
Now is the truth.
Now is the truth.
Okay. Obasanjo visited Absalami Abubakar yesterday.
What does he go in there to tell him? Does he tell your man, your brother, let this fix Nigerian education? Students at home many years ago, they are dying, they are not doing different type of things. And I don't mind an evil workshop. Why would they neglect us like this? And they are talking about the presidency, talking about APC, PDP, Labour Party. They are all VIP, vagabond in power. We don't even want to hear any of that here. Because they never talk meaningful thinking to us. Not telling teachers to pay, parents to pay 10,000. On what merits? Does it happen anywhere in the world? Why Nigeria become a different zone entirely? Why? Upon our billion, God bless this country, but we are suffering because we have bad leaders who doesn't care about you and I. Okay. So it's time for them to leave.
Kwakwaso is saying that the 2023 election is a contest between the masses and the elites.
Yeah, that's the final judgment. Because the hungry lions and the ajebotas. You see the language? The hungry lion, the ajepako and the ajebota. The one that chop pako and the one that chop bread and butter. So now let them go to the battlefield. Who is going to win? The lion that is hungry for many days. It's going to win that the one that chop every time and left food over. Which is not supposed to be so. So that time has come. So what's going up must come down. Nigeria have suffered enough. Suffering and smiling enough. 2023 is the end of the road to suffering Nigeria. Equal right of justice is coming nearer to you and I.
Atiku and Obasanjo were seen in London having a meeting.
See, they are talking zero language. That's why I'm letting you to know. No any of them ever say, okay, when we come back, let us go and meet Minister of Education. Let that matter solve first. Because with that matter solved, there will be problematic ahead. You are ex-president, you have the more vast experience. You have ruled Nigeria before. You know the capacity. You know between good and bad. Okay, what type of meeting are you doing in London and doing with the ex-president without a reasonable answer to you and our question? Do you think that the parents are happy? No. The students are happy? No. The lecturers are happy? No. 3 individuals in one cycle, they are not happy. And now the generality of Nigeria, they are not happy. And you are going about doing meeting, talking about who will rule Nigeria. And that is not the situation on ground now.
Okay. Lastly, let's look at all Lagos lost 22,500 children to air pollution in 2021.
Sir, which can be prevented by the government, but the government doesn't care about you and I. This I always telling you. The government, all is their own pocket, all is their own future. Imagine 200 children. 22,500 work part because of air pollution. And the government responsibility is to protect you and I. Talk less of the last kid, they neglect all. And they want to be power. So that language must stop. It must stop now. They can't continue to be driving us around the bush. Now we are going to be the driver on our side. We will go to be the driver. We will drive the motor now. Not somebody that will drive in, will just sit at the back. The driver to Yarapaja, driver supposed to not back to Apado. Backward every time. Moving forward now. See little children just die, wasted. And when they were in charge, somebody protect their life. Now, no protection. How to share Nigeria oil money? Nigeria is suffering, Nigeria is crying, Nigeria is bleeding. You are not crying now. When you see the situation, sometimes we don't like to go to the newspaper ground because all you see is confusion, all you see is destruction, all you see is brutality to you and I. In the side of our own government that we were elected yesterday that make everyone a promise at the end of the day. No one promise was around the corner.
Okay. Thank you very much, Alubawan.
You are welcome.
Analysis. Yes, sir. With that, we've come to the end of the program this morning. Thank you very much for watching Flip TV. Click on the like button so that we can have more reach to other people. Tomorrow we'll be here for another exciting edition of the program. By Stars I Understand. I'm Christian Chuku. Thanks for your support. Thanks for supporting us. Click on the like button. So we'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.